morning, boomers. It's the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in. Big shout out to all the boomers out there. I see New Boomer 96. He says, what's up via D Live. Crypto stashes here via YouTube. This is a multi-stream. I'm streaming to both these platforms, D Live and YouTube. YouTube feels like 1998. I encourage everybody to go over there to D Live to look like 2020 and beyond. And once you're on D Live, you can get some lemons. I mean, they're not that attractive, but they're better than what YouTube throws you. So big shout out to all the pumpers out there. Bitcoin is back in the green today. Green Bitcoin markets and Tezos and Binance are leading the charge. It seems like there's a few coins that have decoupled. And, I would say the Linkers is one, and maybe even Binance. Tezos is still a young gunner, but it's been performing like no other this year. There was like a 20% pullback or something with this recent dip under 9,000 Bitcoin price, and 20% pullback, I think, with Tezos. But then this morning, it's a pump. Tezos is a smart contract platform that is allowing its users to stake the coins on Coinbase. And I think a lot of people are liking that. Now, we've talked about the vulnerabilities of delegated proof of stake and what could happen with you guys leaving your coins on the exchanges. Coinbase could use those coins to vote in their homies or whoever they want on the Tezos blockchain, and really they're using your stake. So I'm not going to use the word advise. It is my opinion that everyone should take the coins off the exchanges and put them on your own wallet and make sure you're voting, whether you're on Tezos or EOS or any other DPoS, delegated proof of stake blockchain. Okay, if you don't know what that is, again, you're staking your tokens and then you're using your stake to vote in block producers. And the more stake that you have, the more your vote is worth. And this is what kind of happened with the Steam takeover. Now, my understanding is that the Steam community is reorganizing and trying to fight back with that Steam takeover that occurred with Justin Sun and friends. You know that Binance and I think Huobi was they had their hand in the attack. But since then, I think those major exchanges have withdrawn their votes, and the only thing that's voting for Justin Sun and friends is the Steemit accounts. So that's what's going on. But again, Tezos leading the charge, Binance leading the charge. Binance has been outperforming Bitcoin for the past couple of years, and it's one of the few crypto coins that actually has a revenue model, along with BAT and a few others, the exchanges. You know, I'm liking the exchanges, guys. The Kyber networks. For the DEX exchange, I'm seeing Kyber booming. We added that to our portfolio yesterday. I like, of course, Binance, which is a centralized exchange, but they're making revenue. I like Basic Attention Token, which is somewhat of a centralized browser idea, but they're making revenue. CRO seems to be making revenue, that Crypto.com coin. So I'm looking at tokens that actually are performing business. Unlike Cardano, that just keeps promising Shelly, testnet, and all this, that, and the third. How many years has it been? Cardano certainly seems like a sexy product, but they haven't delivered. And I'm looking at coins that are delivering with their products, like Binance, like Brave, aka BAT, and like other exchanges out there. Shout out to the boomers. Let's look at the price because it's looking healthy today. You can see that Bitcoin is back in the green. Look at this one-day chart is looking strong. Currently at 9,072. I wish it was at 90K. And who we are trying to conquer 10K. Just about a month or two before this happening, and we're still below 10K. So it is what it is, guys. All that. I like that bunny. I like that. CryptoZilla just shared a bunny. Boom. Let me drop not a sniper, a funny bunny. Yeah, D Live. Guys, make sure you're on D Live. Make sure you're on D Live right now. Let's see how many people we have over there on D Live tuning in. We got a strong about 2 to 3 people and about 5 people. It's still early. Not even the traditional markets have opened. You know that the Fed recently cut rates in the traditional markets another half point. I think, what is it now? 1.75%, the interest rate. Boomer, I like that. This guy CryptoZilla, he's got some good memes today. Boom, I like that, Zilla. I like that. Let's share it on the screen over here so that people that are watching the replay can check it out. Let me pull up D Live, and you can see some of these danky memes that some of these dank memes that Zilla is sharing. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up. So he's got this boomer meme over here, and this bunny is funny too. Kaboom to you. And I'll be redistributing lemons. New Boomer shot me 5 lemons. Thank you so much, Boomer. Kaboom. But let's talk about these legacy systems. So, we cut the rates, or not we. They. It's not we. We don't cut rates. They cut the rates, and they're trying to pump as much as they can. Fed is pumping stocks in crypto. I mean, I don't know if they're pumping crypto, but I think crypto's following in the wake right now. All this talk about crypto being the opposite of the legacy markets, we're starting to see what it really is, guys. And I've been calling this for a while. And, it's not to be, sad or anything. It's not bad. It's just another market, guys. I mean, it's not what we once thought it was a few years ago, and what so many people still in this space think it is. Like, Bitcoin is the revolution. It's going to change everything. Guys, Bitcoin's acting just like the banks. So it is what it is. Maybe it's a little more legit, but you know what I said. The same people that made Bitcoin are the same people that are in charge at the very top, in my opinion. But let's see what the Fed does. They cut the rate this week, and it didn't work as good as some people thought. But now there's talk of them cutting the rates even more. My understanding is that they have a meeting, I think, in the middle of the month, somewhere on the 14th, 15th, 16th, somewhere this month in March. And there's talk and there's buzz that they may cut it even more. Guys, they're going to take this thing down to the ground. Whatever rate we're at now, 1.75 or 1.5, I think they're going to keep slashing rates. Look, it's a runaway train. There is nothing else to do but to keep throwing bandages on the wound. But the bleeding is not going to stop. And they're going to take it as far as they can, guys. They're going to crash it all, that crash and burn. And hopefully they got some tricks up their sleeves. But I would expect more pumpage. So for those that are playing the daily trading and the swing trading, if they announce a rate cut, you could expect the market to go up a little bit. Maybe not as much as it did last week, but, people are actually riding these little pumps and dumps. Good morning, champ. Can I get a... Hold on. I'm sorry. I couldn't read that. Can I get a... Come on. Move this out the way. Can I get a boom for being blessed with another day above ground? Kaboom, indeed. Yeah, I'll give you a boom for that. It's always a day, another blessed day when you're above ground and you're alive and healthy out there. Shout out to Captain James T. Crypto, reporting for duty, indeed. Crypto's all retail money, so I think in a recession, crypto will go down too. I don't think it's all crypto, all retail money, Derek, but there is a lot of retail money in there, yeah. And what you got to understand, too, is not only is the retail money that you're seeing, it's that the market makers, the whales, they're reacting, too, because these whales, they're holding mad baggage, a bunch of baggage as far as the crypto. They can swing the markets, but also they got to worry about what they're going to do on the other side because they're whales, and, I'm sure that they have stake in the fiat system as well. You see what I'm saying? So, if they're losing money, they may want to squeeze the crypto markets as well. So there is a correlation to a certain extent. Yeah, I think crypto may go down as well. Maybe not as fast or maybe not as hard, but, it is what it is. I'm not seeing, crypto behaving independently from the fiat markets this year in the past few months. There was a time that, it did behave independently, but right now this corona scare is worldwide, and everything right now seems to be interconnected. Let's go ahead and check out the market caps, and kaboom, and a blessing for James T. Crypto once again. The India FOMO pump says digital gold. I don't know. Digital gold with the Justin Sun meme. So yeah, apparently the Steam community is voting back. They're fighting back, and they're trying to knock off those block producers that Justin Sun appointed via his stake his Steam at stake and his homies via the exchanges. But the exchanges, after being criticized, they kind of removed their votes, and they're not involved right now. And all we got left is Justin Sun using that Steam at stake to continue to try to control the blockchain. But my understanding is that some of the original block producers that were knocked out by this hostile takeover attempt are back online and producing blocks like Yaba P Mat or Yaba B Mat and a few others. Let me see if I can actually pull it up and look at the Steam witnesses, because if you're not following this, this is very relevant to blockchain, this DPoS and how it's going to pan out. And you know that Ether wants to go POS. I don't know if they want to go DPoS, but it's something to follow. Let's look at the witnesses here from Steve via the Steam D. Okay, so you could see that, Block Trades is back, Good Karma. So these guys, like Some Guy 123, these guys have been around for a while. Yaba P Mat, Roland DP, Good Karma. I'm glad to see that a lot of these block producers that were knocked out, they're back in. So somehow, I don't know if they went and bought more Steam, or the community started voting them in or not, but you could see some names. And I know some of you guys haven't been following this, but I'm letting you know, I know these names, like Block Trades, Good Karma, Roland, Yaba P Mat, Some Guy. See if I know anybody else. How about the Marky Mark should be there? How about Aggroed? We've Luke Stokes is somebody that we follow. Steam Peak, you see, these people should be voted in. Aggroed at number 29. This guy's done more for his Steam community than a lot of people, and we actually had the opportunity to talk to him and do a little talk and an interview with him at one point. So definitely he's got my vote. Marky Mark I've seen around. Luke Stokes, Cervantes I've seen around. Jesta's another one I've seen around. These people, Tim Cliff. It seems like these were block producers that were voted in at one point, but they've been knocked out. So, if you're on Steam or if you're on any DPoS blockchain, guys, make sure you're voting. Do people even use Steam anymore? Yeah, they are. I mean, I'm showing you proof. These people got voted back in. The Steam community kind of fought back. So, they haven't been taken over. They got taken over for the weekend, and then they came back and they voted people back in. And there's like a little mini war going on. And people still use Steam. I still use it as well. And I'll still say this: Steam is like the best use case scenario for blockchain right now, in my opinion. It still is. It still is, because it's the first blockchain that was that I've seen that actually had a community, that people were actually using it for its utility and creating communities out there. And they have the smart media tokens, or they have those other tokens that Aggroed set up via the Steam engine. And it lost a lot of steam, pun intended. And the community did have a lot of flaws, and I'm not saying it's the best, but I'll tell you, I've learned more using Steam. I've learned more about crypto using Steam than I have almost any other crypto. I'll be honest with you. So, this is price aside. Forget about, I'm not even talking about price. I'm just talking about blockchain education, blockchain utility, use case scenarios. And like now we're even seeing this with this attack with the DPoS. This could apply to other blockchains. So this is a learning experience. So people still use Steam. I'm not saying that it's going to boom or doom. I don't know, but I'm still around. I like Steam. And if there could ever be a blockchain that can outperform Steam and be better than Steam, then it'll kapump. I don't know if it's going to be DLive. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be voice. Maybe Steam gets its act together and, it comes back, which I kind of doubt. But again, I like it. I like it a lot. Kaboom. Let's go ahead and back and check out the charts. So you can see everything's in the green today. You got Ether at 232. This one's underpriced too, guys. Ether's underpriced, in my opinion. Ripple there, 24 cents. Bitcoin Cash looking good too, pumping today. It's one of the, behind Tezos and BINANCE as the number 3 leading the charge today. Satoshi Vision there at 245, losing ranking, right? Now Tether's bigger than SV. Litecoin at 62. EOS at 373. I would like to see something going on with EOS. I know that they launched their voice beta platform this week or the week before. They even sent me an invite email. I didn't even jump on it. And I haven't been seeing that many people talk about it, I'll be honest with you. So I don't know. Binance leading the charge at 21.26. And, this is, Derek's favorite coin. And it's one of my faves, too. I'll be honest with you, because this thing keeps winning. So, I mean, I'm glad that although I was a little weary about it, I didn't hate on it. And it's become one of my faves. It's because it's making movements, guys. It's making movements. It's making money. Okay, they're actually doing something. Unlike Cardano, that has got the testnet only. Come on. We got Tezos there at 318. Now, Tezos is booming like no other. Some people have shown me websites, of Tezos dApps, but I haven't heard about anybody using any Tezos dApps. I haven't heard anybody using Tezos other than staking these tokens on Coinbase. But somehow it's positively impacted the price. This thing is leading the charge, and it's a top tenner at 318. This thing is up, and we have put it in our community portfolio weeks ago because we've identified that this one's looking like a boomer. Okay, we got Cardano there at 5 cents, or excuse me, Chainlink at 4.79, Cardano at 5, Stellar at 6, Tron at 1, and who's at number 15? Monero at 69. What's up, champ? Says Derek. You know it. What's up, Derek? We got Derek Smith. We got Derek McLean. I'm getting confused with the Dereks out here. But shout out to all the Dereks. And, indeed, stay strong out there. Tezos is French, so something's got lost in translations. Oh, I didn't know that. That they're French. I had no idea. So I don't know, what's the hype with Tezos other than, the staking. And guys, you shouldn't be staking Tezos on Coinbase. Get the wallet and stake it on your own, guys. Don't let these exchanges use your bags. Okay? You don't leave anything in these exchanges. They're just like the banks. You deposit in your checking or your savings, and they go ahead and loan your money to someone else and make money off your money. Okay? They're making money off your money. They're making crypto off your crypto. Stop it, guys. Just put it in your own wallet. Let's see if there's any major headlines. Let's look at the end of season. The stock markets haven't even opened. I know there's some pre-market trading, and you can see some pressure over there on the S&P already. I wonder how we're going to open up. The futures are looking in the red, and we may open up there on the markets there at 9:30 in the red. I'm seeing the futures already trading red, and this could be an indication of where we're headed to today. Now, that all being said, I've been hearing that they're going to do another cut. And when they cut, it always goes up a little bit, even before it dumps. Like, they cut on Monday or Tuesday, it went up for a second, and then they went down. So, if you're one of those swing traders, those day traders, maybe you can catch that wave. In my opinion, I'm not anybody's financial advisor. If you're looking for financial advice, don't go to YouTube. Tezos is the secret coin that Cliff High had in one of his reports a year or two ago. He had a bunch of coins. I don't believe those Cliff High reports. Okay, I don't. I did for a moment, and come on. In one of those reports, it said BitConnect was a boomer. So come on. And that was obviously... Coronavirus is hitting us hard, champ. Yeah, the scare is the scare is hitting us hard. But come on, do you know anybody that's sick though? How hard is it really hitting us if you don't even know anybody that's sick? It's still all in the news. It's still all hype. Nobody's sick that you know of, Derek. But it's getting bad. The fear, the fear. Like I said before, it doesn't have to be real. Just people have to think. Look, the fiat isn't real. Okay, fiat, and neither is Bitcoin for that matter. But fiat is even faker than Bitcoin because there's not even a computer trying to crank out numbers. Fiat is not real, and people behave and it causes people to react, but it's not real. And neither is I don't know if Corona's real or not. I don't know, but I don't know anybody that's sick from it. And my understanding is that if you need to take the test for the Corona, the only people that can verify whether you have it or not is the CDC. It's like the doc doesn't even know how it looks like. The doc doesn't know what it looks like because they've never even seen it before. So again, guys, I don't give a shit about the corona. Okay, guys. Eventually, the corona will come and it will go, and it is what it is. And we got to make fun of it. We got to start here, grassroots, and just laugh. And we got to make sure that, instead of getting all mad, because yesterday I was at the pharmacy getting something, and then people were coming in, asking for alcohol or hand sanitizer, and the guy at the front desk, the cashier, he was an older gentleman. He was laughing. He was like, "This is stupid." The guy's like old, and he's been around town. He said, "This is stupid." I told him, "I know it's just the media." And he's like, "Yeah, people are here scrambling and gambling." And he thought it was stupid too. So what we got to do amongst the community is just laugh. It's not, be prepared. I got my canned goods. I got my filter. I'm ready to go. If the zombie apocalypse goes down, I'm locked and loaded. But, I certainly don't expect it to. Yeah, the news is pumping. It's all news, guys. Come on. And I'm going to stop talking about it because it's stupid. People are stupid, guys. And, just to know, people are stupid and they'll fall for anything. Listen, most people are not even online trying to figure it out. I mean, at least here in the box, we have like different opinions. Some people say, no, it's real. Some people, at least you guys are paying attention. There's some people that they just listen to the headlines in the news and they believe it verbatim. I mean, these are the same people that watch porn every day and they can swear that we landed on the moon. Guys, come on. Most people haven't snapped out of it. They watch porn all day and they swear that we landed in the moon 50 years ago and we've never been back because it's just too difficult to get back there and we lost the data. It's just, that's what happened, guys. These are the type of people that we're dealing with. So, don't be scared. Guys, the market makers are not scared. They're playing it for what they have to play it for. Futures looking low. Currencies, bonds. This is a telltale sign, and I agree with Manarino, and I mentioned him a few times because I've been, watching him. He's one of the few guys that I watch with when it comes to the fiat. And he says, watch the 10-year yield, and right now it's at 0.95. At one point, it went over 1, and at that point, you could see the market started to gain a little more weight. He's identified the 10-year yield curve as somewhat correlated to the markets in real time. And I could say that, I've seen proof of that. Once we saw it go above 1% yesterday at one point, the markets reacted positively. And now we've seen it go under 1% again. And now the markets could be reacted negatively. And it is what it is, guys. It looks like that 1% on the 10-year yield could be a telltale sign of where things may be headed. The corona hype is heavy at the moment. Yeah, we read that. Corona is a danger for elderly and pre-existing conditions, which I have, unfortunately. But winter influenza is deadly for us. And, if you have pre-existing conditions, you got to worry about things that, you got to worry about other flus as well, not just corona. There's regular flu out there. I mean, you could get the regular flu. I mean, you could get sick. 3% death rate. I mean, whatever. You can go ahead and get in a car accident. I don't even know if that number's true. 3% death rate, yet you've never ever met anyone in your entire life in real life that's ever had that. So, 0% of anybody that you know. Deal with what you could see with your eyes, ears, your nose, your own senses. Look at the moon and see that you can only see one side of it. And ask yourself, damn, why is that? Okay, with your own eye. Don't listen to what NASA tells you. Look at it with your own eyes and be like, okay, that's what it is. And it makes you start thinking, all right, I look at Polaris, it doesn't move. But yet the scientist tells us that we're spinning in a vacuum in a complete randomness. But yet there's always the same star that people have seen fixed in the sky for thousands of years. Yeah, I'm more worried about people taking Cliff High's report serious and, taking the news serious. Yes, turn it off, guys. Turn it off. Kaboom, I said it yesterday, says Big Papa. Shout out to Big Papa. I haven't seen that video that you referred to me, but I will. I got it queued up on my watch list. Let's go back to these Bitcoin charts. But yeah, guys, people are, scared about the corona when really what you guys should be scared of or concerned of is this funny bunny system that they keep pumping money into. It's the system that's funny bunny. Forget about corona. Yes, every winter is deadly with the flu, but stroke and heart attack is way, way more higher death rate. Exactly. Cancer has a higher death rate, strokes, heart attack. We can go and come on. People that have been witnesses against Clinton have a higher death rate. Okay? Anybody that may be a witness against the Clinton witnesses appear to have a higher death rate than those that I haven't even seen anybody with the corona, guys. All I see is on TV. I haven't even heard one person, not even a friend of a friend of a friend, guys. Come on, guys. And even if you knew someone that knew someone, I know a bunch of people that know someone that has the flu or that's had cancer or, come on. CryptoZilla said, yeah, I saw that tweet. Yeah, I saw it too, Right now, the Clinton witnesses or anybody that may have dirt on the Clintons seem to have a higher death rate than the coronavirus. Seem to. Allegedly. In our opinion. System is a funny bunny, but what can we do about it? There's nothing to do about it, guys. Here's the thing. There's, people want to get wealthy. Like, you can't thirst for that. You gotta worry about getting right with God. You can't worry about this world. You gotta survive in this world. You gotta be in this world, but not of it. Okay? So, don't think that, you're going to find a system that'll make you beat the current system. Like, if you want to beat the current system, you want to be in the world. You just got to sit back and laugh and know that you're not part of that. You're not part of that. We're not part of that. I'm not trying to compete against the Fiat or against Bernie or Donnie. I'm not part of that. Let it be. Let it go. Let it be. There's nothing to do about it. Just laugh at it. Call it out and just be aware and awake. Again, that they want you to get mad. They want you to fight and stuff. Like, it's kind of like the Emperor in Star Wars. Like, once Anakin starts getting mad and he's like, yes, channel your energy. Like, he gets excited. That's what they want from us. The bad guys, they want us to be bad too and get all upset and, oh my God, the corona. And like, guys, what could you do in that situation instead of getting mad at the Emperor? Imagine if Anakin would have just started laughing at him and making fun of his wrinkles and just like, stuff like that. Have I seen Jesus? No, I haven't. But I felt him. Yeah, they feed on our energy. Exactly. Yeah. Derek says, I'll be happy as long as Bernie doesn't win. I don't think he's going to win. I don't think he's going to win. And I don't really care, guys. Shout out to Derek, New Boomer, Crypto Elf, Restream.io. Just sent me a message that I've received 1,000 messages so far. So I don't know. They gave me a trophy. Shout out to CryptoZilla and the rest of the maniacs out there. I just wanted to touch up with you guys early. I had some time. And let you guys know that it's all good. It's all good. Above 9,000 with the bits is good. The Fiat system, it's funny bunny, and we've known this from the very beginning. What could you do, guys? Just call it for what it is, and don't get so mad. And be on a side that's winning. If you know that Bitcoin's going up, then you can hold it. Don't think that Bitcoin's going to get you rich or that you're going to be able to compete against the legacy system. No, it's just may keep you from being broke. We have a group of us that know who the Emperor is, and it's multiple data points that's all back to the greater puppet master. There you go, CryptoZilla. And I think that's a good example. The Emperor wants you to get mad. That's how he turned Anakin into Vader. He said, yeah, channel your hate, channel your rage. And that's what the main media wants you to do. They play one against the other. They want you to go crazy. When the best thing you could do is just crack a joke. Just crack a joke, just laugh. Sometimes I find it hard to crack a joke myself too in the real world, but because I get frustrated too. When I was at the pharmacy, I'm like, people are so stupid, and I get mad, and I'm like, I got to remind myself, like, it's not up to us to go try to correct everyone. You got to leave things in the Lord's hands, and just have faith and do you take care of your own health, your family, and those are surrounding you. Make sure you're eating good food, clean water, you're exercising, you're building value within your own community and within your own circumference. But what could you do about the CDC and the Corona and the Fed? That stuff's out of your hands, guys. And yeah, you could, go to school and try to be an activist, but then you already are trying to wrestle with, you're already entering the arena. That's already trying to channel your hate in another way. So don't even try to do that. Just like, laugh, call it out, say, yeah, I know, what's up? I see the emperor and his wrinkles. I'm not dealing with him. See you later. Peace. $90.90 here on the price of Bitcoin. When will we conquer 10K? I have no idea. I was checking out an Ivan on Tech headline this morning. He says that we're headed to 13,000. I don't know if I believe that or not. I'm hoping. I think the top will be 12K. But at this moment, I'm having doubts that we'll even get that far. I wonder if we actually even see the true people who run the country. Wonder if it's a group of people in a dark room dressed in robes. I mean, there is groups of people in rooms and stuff like that, but it's not as coordinated as you think. Guys, we're not wrestling against flesh and blood, but against the powers of darkness, against principalities. Guys, Ephesians, I got to keep showing it to you because this is like the realest verse in the book. It's one of the realest. I mean, the whole book is real, but I think it's I got to remember. I'm bad at remembering like numbers and the actual verses. Ephesians 6:12, and this one hits me, and this is one of my favorite verses. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, not against the people in little rooms and stuff that you're asking about, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And guys, if you don't think evil's real, then you don't got it figured out. You still think it's just a guy in a room and you just think it's flesh and blood, but it's bigger than that, guys. Go look up Open Society NGO. Absolutely. As far as like, George Soros and these NGOs that are backing DNC, leftist media, it's all there. We've talked about it. Black Lives Matter, Antifa. Yeah, absolutely. Main events here, kaboom. Shout out to Main Event. How's everything doing with the Steam community? Main Event. We just reported that I see here some of the witnesses back online, like Good Karma or Roland DP, Yaba P Matt, some guy 123. These are familiar block producers that I'm glad to see back online because they've been on before. I saw them get kicked out and now they're back on. So I see that the community is fighting back here with this hostile takeover, which seems good. This is what I was looking at. These witnesses. Yeah, Steam community is rallying. There you go. Not going down without a fight. And yeah, I'm continuing to cover this and keep an eye on it because I've been a member of the Steam community. Maybe not as loyal as some other people, but I've always liked Steam, and I've like I said, I really like Steam, and I think Steam is a good comp for blockchains and what it could do. It's a good use case scenario, and let's continue to keep our eyes there. This is showing Steam's community's reach far more valuable than price, in my opinion. I said that, it's one of the things that always attracted me to Steam, that it actually had a community of people who were actually doing things. So, I don't got to tell you guys that I like Steam. You know, I've liked it more or less than other times, but I've never trashed it. So you know the deal. Yo, champion the boomers, welcome back to Rafterman. Boom. A new boomer says, no, I know, but there has to be a connection to the source where they get their commands, info, and all that. Yeah, they do. It's just like the vibe that they get. Like, you know, evil in itself is not like centralized. Well, it's not like they get like certain commands and they're like, okay, Satan told me to do this. It's like, have you ever messed up? Have you ever sinned? It's like we all are, you know, we've been influenced by evil as well. Doesn't mean that we've taken commands directly from Satan, but we've been blinded by him and we've been under his influence before. You know, when all of us, when we fuck up and we make a mistake, it's because we've been detoured. Now, those that are in the higher places, okay, they have bigger fuck ups and they're detoured as well. Some of them worship Satan directly. Some of them are ignorant to the fact that they're being used. So there's a lot of different situations. It's not clear cut. It's not flesh and blood. And he operates in wicked ways. It's easy to give into sin. Absolutely. It just makes me wonder if some of this NGO stuff is in crypto, good or bad. It probably is, CryptoZilla, and I've been saying this for a while. You know, I think, you know, crypto to a certain extent, Bitcoin and some of the big coins, they're compromised as well. You know, there's got to be powers that be trying to influence what's going on in the background. It's just the way it goes. Nothing is free from sin. Nothing works perfectly. That's why when people tell you that they got a plan for a communist utopia, you could throw it out the box, guys. It's not going to work. It's never going to be perfect. There's always going to be haves and have-nots. There's going to be good and evil in this world because we don't live in heaven, guys. You guys want, you know, that's what socialism and communism wants to show you, like, oh, you could have heaven on earth. That's what the devil wants to show you. You could have heaven on earth. You, through your own decisions, you could use the secret to get whatever you want. All you got to do is just put your mind to it. It's all bullshit. They have proven these groups and organizations with handlers are funding from these evil NGOs. They have proven these groups are organizations with handlers and funding from these evil NGOs. Yeah, I mean, you know, to a certain extent, I'm sure. How many people in their 20s wanted to go out with masks screaming at people about being racist, fascist, capital pigs? Some people that are in universities, you know, that they get excited and, you know, they're taught critical theory. They're taught rules for radicals. And, you know, they feel like they're fighting a good cause. You know, young people, they feel like they're fighting a good cause. The devil says, do as thou wilt. Selfishness rules the world. Exactly. That's exactly what they try to teach you with The Secret. They're just like, oh, whatever you want, make sure you visualize it, put it on the board, and it'll become. That's bullshit. That's do what thou wilt. Did you celebrate Ash Wednesday, champ? No. Be honest with you. I'm not a good Catholic, you know, even though I've been raised in that, and I'm flawed too, you know. I don't know exactly how that plays into the New Testament because, you know, it certainly is not there. That's more of a cultural custom with religion. You know, there's a difference between believing in Christ and then all the religions that spring out of it. Remember, Christ was born as a Jew, but he didn't believe in the religion of Judaism. He said that it was flawed, and he was here to bring us the new covenant. I mean, remember, he went over there to the temple and started flipping over tables. You know, Jesus is all about love, but he got gangster at a moment there. Saw a Bitcoin ATM at the mall. Laying in front of it was a floor mat that says lowest BTM rates with a giant pyramid and an all-seeing eye above it. There you go. I mean, listen, I've said this time and time ago. Again, I said Satoshi is Santa Claus. Don't believe who he is. Derek says, yeah, I'm Christian, not Catholic as well. I mean, I can't say I'm not Catholic or this and that. I mean, like, you know, I've definitely gone to Catholic churches and I've participated, but, you know, I try to define myself by the religion. It's religion ain't going to save you. The Lord is going to save you. You get the difference? Catholicism is not going to save us. The Pope won't save us. It's the Lord that's going to save us. And, I've seen the flaws in Catholicism, but those are manly flaws. Those are flesh and blood flaws. It doesn't mean that Christianity's flawed. And doesn't mean that you can't get good things from Catholicism as well. Look at one of my favorite scholars, E. Michael Jones, is a Catholic. And I tend to agree with that guy left and right. I mean, E. Michael Jones is one of my favorite, culturewars.com. And he's a devout Catholic. What are your views about the return of the Messiah, says New Boomer? What it says in the good book, no man knows the hour of the return. We don't know. No one, he's going to come like a thief in the night. We'll never know. That's my view. Exactly what it tells us. And for us to think that we know the plan and or not, and to be like, well, it's been 2,000 plus years. Guys, what is it like? It says like a day in the Lord is like thousands of years. It's like, for all we know, because I don't know, I mean, this 2,000 years that it's been since the Lord came, I mean, it could have been a day in the eyes of the Lord. I don't know. I really don't, and to try to figure out all the mysteries through your reason, I'm incapable. That's why at a certain point, you need to just let go and let God, because I don't know all the answers. It's always interesting when we get a little biblical on these guys and on the community, but this is where it leads you to. If you keep focusing on the big picture, and, you keep asking yourself, what are we doing here? What's the big picture? Is this true? Is it not? And you start, evaluating and weighing yourself and growing, then you come to certain conclusions. I feel that that's certainly been the case here in this channel. I saw the Roe v. Wade fight yesterday. I refuse to use the word abortion. I didn't. I don't know what you're referring to. Obviously, I know the case and I know how it ties into abortion, but I don't know what happened yesterday, so I can't chime in. We need to be ready at all times. We do not know when our second coming is here. Exactly. New Boomer says, that's why I like this channel. I'm glad you do. I'm just trying to be honest as possible. At one point I thought Satoshi was the truth. And then one day it all hit me and I said my opinion. And a lot of people are like, champ, you're going to start buying Ripple now. And I was like, no, this is just like where the truth has led me. It's obvious at this point. Come on, guys. Champ, do you accept Cardano donations? I would, but I don't have a Cardano wallet, Jojo. I'm going to be honest with you. I just don't have a Cardano wallet set up. Society wants to make birth termination legal, then it wants to be called what it is. Pro-life versus pro-terminate life. Yeah, it's out of control. And listen, at one point, guys, I was pro-choice as well. I was pro-gay marriage. I was pro-choice. Instead, I started learning the truth. And I said, it's not about what I think. It's about what the Lord wants for us. And he don't want that. It's clear cut there in the good book. I used to be like, oh, it's not so bad, like it's all good, everybody needs to get along, show love. It's all, it's not about, it's about, treating people with respect and just being a good person. That's what most people think. Like, if I'm just good and I treat people nicely, then I should be okay. Guys, that's not the path. Anthony P says unlimited power. Yeah, a lot of people want that. That's what they want. A woman has the right to terminate life, then they should go to a birth termination center and have to take a course. Yeah, but they try to use different words. That's part of the magic, the spells. They don't tell you, oh, you're terminating the baby's life, or you're aborting it. They're using different words. And again, that's why as you grow in the truth, and this is one thing I've been learning too. You don't just become awake or learn the truth overnight. This is a growing process that's forever. You'll never learn all the mysteries of the Lord, but you could learn some if he reveals it to you through good grace, not through only reason itself. It depends on how you interpret the Bible, champ. There's no right or wrong way to do it. That's wrong, Derek. Certain things are clear cut, okay? And there's certain sexual immoralities that, those that are performing that will not enter the King of Heaven. It says it clear cut, okay? So don't try to cut. When was the last time you read the scripture? Don't tell me things and you haven't read the book and you've been watching porn. Stop it. When was the last time you read it? Don't give me your opinion. Talk about facts right now. Then why did Saul become an apostle? I don't know the details, to be honest, but I know he changed his name. I think it's Peter, right? And at the end of the day, all I can answer is it's all through God's grace. It's all grace. It's a gift. It's not through your works. It's not by being a good guy that you get blessed. It's a gift that you receive by faith. Yeah, he was as bad as you get. My understanding was like Saul was a murderer at one point, right? And again, guys, I'm not the pastor here, guys. I'm not like, I don't know all the stories and the quotes of the Bible verbatim and stuff, but I've been reading it and I feel like most people they talk about what they've heard. Most people have been watching porn and they talk about what they heard. If we're going to talk about it, let's talk about people that have actually read it recently. The actual words, not what they heard hearsay. Not like it's like goes back to the coronavirus. Don't talk to me about the corona unless you've seen it firsthand. All you're talking about is what you heard on the news. The Bible says all our righteousness. Okay, we said that. No, I'm saying it's not our understanding. Paul proves that God has his own agenda. Yeah, it is. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not our understanding or our works, it's his grace, whatever he wants to give to us. And yeah, I agree with you. He has his agenda, and to try to figure it out and say, yeah, I know exactly what his plan is trying to play God. It's trying to bite from the tree of knowledge. It's trying to figure everything out and know everything. That's what the devil wants you to do. It's like, oh, look, you want to know everything. You want to find out all the mysteries. Just, you could do it on your own. All you got to do is eat this apple. You don't need to listen to God. Just go ahead and eat the apple and you're going to figure it all out. And of course, he was obedient, but it was Eve that convinced him otherwise. That's not wrong, champ. I've asked countless of religious professors. You're talking about religious professors. You're not talking about what you interpreted directly from reading it yourself. You're still talking about the second party, the middle man. You haven't even read it and you haven't even meditated on it and asked yourself the truth. So until then, you're good as watching porn, guys. Forget about the religious past. Don't let the champ tell you. Don't let the religious past. That's why you got to go and do your own research. Even with crypto, you got to eventually just learn it on your own. Learn it on your own. See if I can find something for you guys. Corinthians 6 through 9, 10. Okay. Do you not know that the unrighteous will not inherit the kingdom of God? Do not be deceived. Neither the sexually immoral, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor men who practice homosexuality, nor thieves, nor the greedy, nor drunkards, nor revelers, nor swindlers will inherit the kingdom of God. Okay? How much cut and dry do you want it to be? It's right there. Forget about what the pastor said. This is straight from the book. Now go ahead and argue it how you want to argue it. It's right there. Here's another one. Galatians 5:19-21. Now the works of the flesh are evident: sexual immorality, impurity, sensuality, idolatry, sorcery, strife, jealousy, fits of anger, rivalries, dissensions, divisions, envy, drunkenness, orgies, and things like these. I warn you, as I've warned you before, that those who do such things will not inherit the kingdom of God. Come on, guys. It's right there. And people still want to debate it. You got to turn away. Listen, I'm going to be honest. I've participated in some of those sins that have been listed in these verses. But it's about repentance and saying, I turn away from that. And it's an everyday thing. But to try to debate your way out of it, Champ, do you realize not all Christians interpret the Bible literally and can still reach salvation? That's like telling me, like, you realize that not everybody identifies as a male or a female, and they may be a fourth or fifth or sixth, seventh or eighth or ninth gender. I'm not paying attention to those people. They're not interpreting the Bible. They're not reading the literal word. They're trying to find their own interpretation. It's like someone saying, oh, I'm a man, but I feel like I'm a woman, so I'm going to change my sex, despite what God gave them. Again, they're trying to do their own interpretation. They're trying to impose their own will. It's wrong. That's right. He is the way and the light. There's no one that comes to the Father except through him. That's the bottom line. So whether you want to interpret it one way or the other, you're still trying to interpret it your way, not his way. And that's where the flaw is. It's not my interpretation, guys. It's his. He told you straight up right here. It was straight up. And yet you want to interpret it not literally, because that's how some people are that are full of sin. That's what the devil will do to you. He'll start making you have doubts. Catholics do not interpret the Bible literally, so you're saying they're wrong? Yeah. Those that are not interpreting that, yeah, they're wrong. Obviously, that's what I was just saying before. I don't follow the religion. I follow the book. I'm not listening to the priest. I'm listening to the Lord first. Come on, guys. Let me lace you guys up with these two verses, the ones I just read. All right, this is not me. Champ, as a Christian, how do you reconcile use of interest? Is interest permissible in Christianity? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. I haven't meditated on that. I haven't I haven't figured that out yet. I know that it's not allowed in Islam, and I've heard some of the reasons, but to be honest with you, I haven't done enough meditating. I haven't been enlightened enough to understand that yet. I really don't know. Church and crypto, bada bing. Crypto is what led me to church. Is that, I followed crypto thinking that it was going to save me from this flawed ass system, when I realized that, yeah, while it may be helping, the only thing that's going to save us, it is not the golden calf. It is not CoinMarketCap or TradingView or the futures. It all hit me at one point. And I was like, hold up. So maybe that's the path that the Lord wanted me to take. I don't know, but again, it's a growing thing. And I'm just telling you the truth. That's all. I'm not lying to you guys. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'll keep it 1,000. And I can't answer Copy's question. I don't know. I don't know how I reconcile use of interest. I really don't know. I haven't gone down that. I don't recall hearing anything about banking or interest in the New Testament. I don't know. All I can remember is what he said. It's just give Caesar Caesar's. Always a good one, guys. I mean, I wasn't even intending on getting deep into these topics, but, you know, if you ask me, I'm going to keep it 1,000 with you guys. Unlike some of these other people out there, like I've noticed too, some of the other YouTubers, you bring things up and they're like, yeah, you know, the God thing, you know, I know that's a hot topic. And, you know, I just feel like if you're good to people, it'll be okay. People ain't looking deep into this shit because they're scared. It's either they're scared or perhaps maybe they deny it because deep down inside is like, what if this shit is real and I have to actually be obedient? People don't want to be obedient. They want to do what their will is. They don't want to be obedient. They don't want to have to listen to another authority. You know, that's kind of the thing with the American spirit, but so much freedom and independence that sometimes that people don't want to be obedient. And that's the difference between, I've been noticing, like the Asian countries and America and stuff, you know, like China, they put a lockdown, people stay home. You know, like there ain't too much revolting going on. Maybe in Hong Kong and stuff like that. Like it seems to me, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe CryptoZilla can help me out. He's over there in Japan. I know it's different than China, but that's the East. It seems to me like people like to follow rules a little bit more. I don't know if it's because they're just more disciplined or not, but I don't know. Proverbs 22:7. Christ told the parable of 10 talents and did not say interest usury was bad. Okay. Nano's referring us to Proverbs 22:7. You know, I don't remember all of them. Maybe I've read the verse. Obviously, I probably have, but I can't remember it off the top. So I'm going to take a glance at it and see if it's relevant to the discussion, which it probably is. 22:7. Okay, this is the rich rule over the poor and the borrower is a slave to the lender. Nice. That's true. And it's kind of where we're at right now. Our whole entire fiat system is a debt, is a borrowed. Like, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the actual dollar bills in your pockets, you don't own them. It's legal tender for all debts, public and private. The actual ownership of the paper, I think it's owned by the Fed. You're just using it. Okay? So this is debt. What you have is debt. Okay? So we're like, that's, you know, it adds more to what I'm saying. It's like, we're not wrestling against flesh and blood. It's like flesh and blood is part of it, but you know, we're we're slaves, guys. I've been saying this for a while. Japanese think in terms of we are all working together typically. Yeah, it's more of a collective thing. It's my understanding. I've never been to Japan. I'm not here to say I know the culture or anything like that. I'm just saying what I feel that I understand. I'm speaking and I may be wrong. So correct me if I'm wrong. But it seems to me that they are a little bit more collective in that sense in the East. And they're a little bit less rebellious as well. I mean, look, America, everybody that came, and this country is founded by people that feel like they're going to do it on their own. And to a certain extent, that's good. But also, it's also has the spirit of revolution in it. And not all revolution is good. My point is, don't take loans from the bank because they charge interest. Says Nano. That makes sense. I mean, like, I guess sometimes there's instances that you can be taking loans from the bank and adding more value back. But as far as reconciling, interest and usury and all that, I haven't studied that enough. But I know in Islam that they're against usury. Now, I know there's ways that they move around it or whatnot. But yeah, on the surface, they're against it. We've been on for like an hour. Guys, I was about to do only like 30 minutes and boom, boom, boom. Derek started... Derek riles me up. I think to a certain extent, I feel like Derek gets a kick out of like stirring me up. I don't know if sometimes I feel like you're trolling me. I think at one point I straight up blocked him because I felt like he's trolling me. But I guess it keeps my blade sharper. That's for sure. It keeps my blade sharper. Let's look at the legacy markets. It seems like, well, now, are they open yet? It says 9:30? No. Let's just see how pre-trading's looking. Crude oil's back up, which is good. This is a good sign. And the S&P has moved up a little bit from pre-market trading. You can see S&P's not down 4% anymore, right? Did we start off like -4? Dow's up. Let's look at some of these indices. But look at the technicals. They're still saying sell, 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 sell. All the technicals, sell, 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 sell. Derek says, I'm not trolling. It kind of feels like it sometimes, but, maybe you're not. Like, it's all good. Like, that's why I give you a chance, because I know sometimes, within the chat box and back and forth, things can get lost in the chat. Like, sometimes it's not like the same when you're talking, man to man, face to face. So, I'll take your word for it, Derek. I know you show up and, I'll take your word for it. I know we disagree, and I feel like you got a lot of learning to do, but maybe I do too. So, Rafterman with the $2. Thank you. Boom. He says, good times. Good times indeed. Rafterman, thank you so much. Let me drop some Fiat off the ceiling here. Thank you so much, Rafterman. When Derek first came on, he was hard to take. Yeah, I mean, yes, I will agree. That's what I just said, that, I feel like he trolls me at certain times, and I think that's why I've sniped him out the box at once. But I'll take his word for it right now. If he says, no, I'm not trolling, and he keeps coming back, I don't know. If he's trolling me every day, then he's a dedicated troll. Thank you, Rafterman. Thank you for the $2. Guys, if you're getting value, throw a couple ducats in the bucket. My girl tells me that being a good person is not enough to prove your faith to God. She says I need to go to church and be active in the community to strengthen my relationship with God. She is, to a certain extent, right. But, I think people misinterpret what church is. I think my understanding, and I may be wrong, but from what I've heard in the New Testament, when men come together and they build in the name of the Lord, and they talk about the good word, that's church. To a certain extent, we're going to church right now, is my understanding, just by talking about the word and speaking the truth here. Okay? And we are active in the community, because if you truly are a believer, then we are brothers in Christ, and we have a community here. Now, it may not be as the traditional as the Catholic Church with on Sunday, but I'm reminded of Christ only had 12 people, 12 apostles. They were just like in the fields doing their little meetings, and it was just them. Yeah, and sometimes people came and they had thousands of viewers or whatnot, but it was just them and the men talking about the good word. And even after the death and the resurrection, when the apostles go out and they do their acts, it's like they're building with Christ just through their letters, through their talks, through their community. It's kind of like what we're doing here. Jojo says, I disagree with her. I kind of agree with her, though. To a certain extent, I think we are in it. I don't know. Like, I think to a certain extent we are, but we always could be better. Yeah, it's true. I agree with her, Jojo. I know you disagree with her, but I'm looking at it like maybe she says like you got to go to this specific church. Like I look at it like, what if you just did Bible study with 5 of your friends, like, and you really, or just kind of like what we're doing here. We sit down and we go over some verses. I know it's not structured. I know it could be better. That's not what the actual intent of this broadcast is. But when we do it in the presence, it is like we're in church. All I'm saying is that millions of Christians don't interpret the Bible literally, but have given their life to Christ. I don't see how that's trolling at all. No, I'm not saying that's trolling, but what I'm saying is sometimes you do come across by trolling with when you add up all the things you've said and the questions and stuff, but that's okay. It's still okay. If you're not trolling, then it's all good. You get a pass. I'm not butthurt. It's fine. It's not a big deal, Derek. But what I'm saying is that there's millions of people that say that they're Christian, but they don't understand what the word is. Like, there's a lot of people out there, just like Christ said, you know, a lot of you people are religious, and some of the most religious men won't find salvation. There's millions all over the world who don't have a church to go to. Think about the ones living in some tiny village in the forest in the middle of nowhere. I guess they're not good enough. What I'm saying is that you don't need a traditional church. I'm saying a meeting of the minds is the church. The body of Christ consists of the believers, not the actual house that you go to, the little building and stuff. It's those that truly believe. Like, if you're in a tiny village and it's only 3 or 4 of you in the tribe that actually believe, and you go over the word, then that strengthens your relationship with God. That's church. You don't have to do it in like the traditional sense. All right, guys, we've been on for over an hour, and I'm getting text messages left and right. Did something happen here? Let me look at these text messages. Hold on. Nothing of concern. How about Mike Bloomberg? What a loss for Mikey out there, for Mini Mike. I just saw another headline. Funny. All right, guys, enough with the... I'm not the pastor, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't got all the answers. I may be wrong, okay? So figure it out on your own. I'm just trying to speak honestly. That's step 1. Nano says, yeah, we read that, Nano. Derek's here, Rafterman, Jojo. Let's look D-Live real quick to see if we got any more. Yeah, we got more lemons. Boom, all right. Let's do a redistribution on D-Live. I know we only got 2 people on D-Live right now, but I'll give it... a few more minutes so you guys can go over there. I'm going to redistribute these lemons, and like always, I'm going to add 50 lemons into the pot here to fatten the purse. As Kindle gives me ads. Boom. Champagne just added 50 lemons into the purse here, and encourage you guys to go to D-Live right now so that you could be eligible for this lemon redistribution, guys. So here we are, dlive.tv/champagne crypto. Head over there right now. As soon as I see a few more people over there. Right now, there's only 2 people watching, and everybody else is watching on YouTube. But I know some of you guys got D-Live accounts. Head over there, tune in onto D-Live right now so you can get a lemon, hopefully. Give it a second there. Now we got 3 people. Let's see if we get at least 5 people over there on D-Live. There's 13 people right now on YouTube, about 3 on D-Live. So if we get over 5 people on D-Live, I'll do a redistribution. There's over 50 lemons in that treasure chest. And let's have some fun. Share some memes over there. And look, the market's just open. So as we wait for people to go to D-Live, let's take a sneak peek at these legacy markets. I'm keeping an eye on the S&P, the NASDAQ, and all that because it is what it is. True religion is feeding the homeless, not turning away widows, caring for the less fortunate. I think that's I don't even know if that's religion. I think it's just following the path that he gave us. Because, religion is like following Ash Wednesday, going, standing up, sitting down, saying the prayers that they said. But I think you're right, Rafterman. It's like, I would just replace the word religion in that sentence to, the true path, or, what he told us to do is to, not turn away the poor, and care for the less fortunate. Champ, I'm surprised you're looking at the legacy financial system now. Have you been watching porno? That's awesome, Jojo. Yeah. You gotta ask yourself what's going on with the champ. He's looking at the S&P. He must be watching Pornhub. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I mean, look, at this point right now, I'm throwing Bitcoin in the same bucket as the rest of these markets. They're all the same, guys. I mean, maybe one's better than the other, but like right now, they're all on Trading View. They're all on Trading View. That was a good joke, Jojo. That one's a good one. S&P's down, NASDAQ, okay. We just opened up, so let's see. Crude oil's up a little bit, which is good. Remember, just at the beginning of the broadcast, it was in the red. That's always a good sign. Stocks. Look at this IBO. I think this is a pharmaceutical company. You know, some of these pharmaceutical. NL, this one boomed yesterday. I think IBO is another pharmaceutical. And then, of course, the metals are the safe haven. Guys, metals are more safe haven than crypto. I'm sorry to, Now, are they going to move more than crypto? No, I'll still stand with all the doubts that I have about who created Bitcoin and what the intent is. I'll still stick behind this. It's still going to move, in my opinion, more than any of these other markets. And then you got the cryptos looking green. Oh, I wasn't even showing you the markets there. Sometimes I'm not paying attention to what I'm showing you guys. I'm thinking I'm sharing my screen and I'm sharing a thumbnail. So yeah, going back to here, this is what I was looking at. The futures, crude oil's up, gasoline's up, while it started in the red. So I'll continue to look at all this. I need to do more knowledge on these traditional markets because, I've been focused so much on crypto and I got to look at the big picture. Right now, all these markets are dancing together in tandem. 90.70, looking good. Will we hit 10,000? So you got Ivan on Tech this morning saying we're heading to 13,000. I disagree. I think that the top will be at 12K. Is what I'm saying. Maybe that prediction will change, but I think that we may. I don't see it going higher than 12,000. As far as, the halvening. Let's look at this. Let's look at the 1 month chart here. Back to the 1 month. 1 month still seems a little bit under pressure. Let's look at this 3 month. 3 month is all right. So let's look at where could we be headed to in the future. May is the halvening, so I think that we may top off price-wise at the end of March or at the beginning of April. Again, I'm basing these predictions and my expectations against what happened with Litecoin last year. I'm really, and if you didn't follow the Litecoin halvening, they started the year off around $30. The price pumped as the halvening approached in August of 2019, but about a month before, the price of Litecoin topped off at $150, and then it started selling off. So it 5x'd before it started selling off. I thought it was going to go over 200, but it didn't. So, I'm expecting something similar to happen with Bitcoin. Maybe not a 5x or anything like that, but, maybe doubling up or coming short of doubling up from where the price was at the beginning of the year or at the ending of 2019. So that could lead us maybe to 13, maybe to 14, but I'm staying coming up short, around 12. So that's what I'm expecting, ups and downs, maybe a pump around middle to end of March, early April to around 12 or 13. And then it's going to probably be a sell-off until the halvening. And then maybe we'll end up back at 9,000 for the halvening. I don't know. Guys, drop your comments here. Let me know what you think. Boom, boom. Yeah, let me know what you think as far as the. I know Derek's still with the Bible talk. I'll skip that because it gets us into a tangent, and I think we addressed that enough. Saved meaning accepting Jesus as your Lord. Yeah, it is accepting him. That's one of the steps. And I mean, I'm not going to argue the semantics. I think we've gone into it enough. But I'm going to leave it with this, Derek, and instead of arguing back and forth, forget about what your grandfather said or what the pastors that you've talked to have interpreted or what even I say. Okay. Why don't you come back and we can talk about it after you've read it through on your own recently? Like, it took me like a week or something to read the New Testament. It's not that long. It's not that hard of a read. So, start reading it. Why not? Do me a favor. Start reading it. And when you've read it recently and it's fresh in your mind, then we could talk about it again. And that way you're doing your own research. Forget about what your grandpa said or what I said or your pastor. Just go and read it yourself. Nano says, I think Bitcoin's going to 50K by August. Wow. Okay, so you're a lot more positive than I am. I don't know what we will be by August. I think that before the halvening, we'll go to 12,000 is what I'm saying. Somewhere around there. But 50K, Nano, I mean, let me know why. I mean, obviously, I would love to see 50K. I don't have any information that'll lead me to believe that right now. But hopefully you're right, Nano. I'll be honest. Hopefully I want Nano to be right. All right, let's do this redistribution. Did we do it? All right, everybody's there. All right, boom, boom, boom. Let's do a redistribution before I tune this down because we've been on for an hour and 15 minutes. All right, so I'm about to redistribute these lemons over there on D-Lab. We only got 4 people, but I know as I'm clicking these buttons, a few more people may come into the box. So let's do it, guys. Start dropping your memes, and I'll start off by dropping one too. This one's a little aggressive with the Epstein and the Clinton. And how about this one? Ooh. If you guys want to see the memes, go to dlive.tv and you can see them right now. Boom. Let's go ahead and do this redistribution, guys. I'm going to click the buttons. We drop a bomb. The train. Where's my beat at? Let's distribute these rewards. Boom, in 30 seconds. Boom, boom, boom. Make sure you drop some memeage. Turn up the chat. Pepe's in the treasure box. Dave Chappelle's there too. And we even have some triggered lefties. Shout out to JoJo. Boom! XPO and JoJo Wave are the lucky winners today. XPO with 33 lemons and JoJo Wave with 19 lemons. Guys, the way this works is the system will randomly redistribute these lemons to the most active users. So if you're asking yourself, oh, I'm here, how come I didn't get any lemons? It's probably because you didn't comment enough in the box like XPO and JoJo did. So let this be an incentive for you to be active on that box instead of the box on YouTube. Don't call yourself a cryptomaniac and you're favoring YouTube over crypto platforms. Kaboom. On that note, guys, big shout out to everyone tuning in, and shout out to Derek. I'm being honest, you do come off as a troll, but if you're telling me you're not a troll, then I'll take your good word for it because you're showing up every day, and I consider you a crypto brother, regardless whether we argue or not. So kaboom to you. JoJo's grinding for all the crypto he can get. There you go. Stack him and pack him. Big shout out to JoJo, XPO. Who else is in the box? Digital Gold, Nano Joe, Derek McLean, Original Copy, Raptor Man, New Boomer, CryptoZilla, and the rest of the pumpers out there. I appreciate you guys so much. Maybe I'll pop up on you guys again. I know I really started early today and before even the markets opened up. So if I have some time, I'll come back. But like as always, I show up to bat every weekday, early, or maybe more like late mornings, early afternoons, Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes I go on a little earlier, but I'm always here, guys. Make sure you're catching the replays and make sure that you're using D Live instead of YouTube, at least to watch this broadcast live, because there's an incentive to. On that note, guys, stay strong, put some weight on the bar, and read the good book. Forget about don't forget about what your local pastor or people. That's the wrong way to put it. Don't forget about them. But in addition to listening to that, why don't you go on your own and read the book? Just read the book on your own, okay, and figure it out. Do your own research. Don't listen to me, okay? I may be full of shit, okay? Just go ahead and read it, and then also put some weight on the bar. I know I have been. I'm gonna get these boulder shoulders, guys. I'm gonna get my deltoids so swole for 2020 and beyond, because I got a chip on my shoulder from this shoulder surgery. I got an anchor on my shoulder, and I wanna get swole. Okay, guys, I'm telling you guys, I'm gonna go hard. I'm looking at the RP Strength Diet app. I may start a new diet, and I may get on a program, and I may attack on all of them. So I'll keep you guys posted. You know, when I get on these programs, I'm serious. I don't play games. So, you know, we may have to fire up the Larry Wheels podcast again, or the Larry Wheels pumping videos. So big shout out to everybody. Put weight on the bar, read the good book, and hodl those coins, the good ones at least. And stay strong out there. Take care, everybody. It's the voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's big cousin, your favorite D live streamer's favorite live streamer, your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in.